Cooper, guess what season it is?
Baseball season?
Yeah, yes, I think so. I don't know very much about baseball.
Either.
No, okay. I think it's football season.
Football season?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know what season that is?
Football season.
Yeah, but it's also fall.
Fall?
Yep.
I gotta fall down?
No,
I
no.
hurt myself if I fall down.
No. Fall is what we call autumn. You know,
Autumn.
autumn. It's what comes after summer.
Is that when the leaves fall?
Yeah, the leaves fall. That's why we call it fall. And they turn pretty colors, and people like to eat different things. And you know, one of the things that people really like to eat during fall?
Pumpkin spice!
Oh, you know a lot about fall.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Okay, great. So today we're going to make pumpkin spice chocolate chip cookies.
Cookies?
We're gonna make cookies.
Take pumpkins in the cookies?
Well, there is pumpkin in the cookies.
Ooh.
For our pumpkin spice cookies, our first ingredient is, of course,
A pumpkin in a can?
a can of pumpkin. This is
I never heard of a pumpkin in a can.
Yep, this is a 15-ounce can of pureed pumpkin.
Pureed pumpkin.
Right. Now, you got to make sure that you get just pureed pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling, because pumpkin pie filling also has things like spices and eggs and all sorts of other things that help the pumpkin pie come together. This is just pureed pumpkin.
I have a question.
Sure.
How do you make a funny face on a can of pumpkin?
Oh. I don't know. I guess you could just draw it on that.
Okay, I'm gonna get the magic marker.
Okay. Our next ingredient for our pumpkin spice chocolate chip cookies is
Chocolate chips, of course.
chocolate chips, of course. We're going to use one 11.5-ounce bag of chocolate chips.
11.5.
Yep, that's 11.5 ounces of chocolate chips. You can use milk chocolate, you can use dark chocolate.
I'm only 3.5.
I know, you're only 3.5, but you can count.
Yeah, not to 11 though.
No. And our final ingredient for our pumpkin spice chocolate chip cookies is...
I don't know what that is.
This is a boxed cake mix. It's a boxed...
Boxed cake mix.
Yep, it's a box of spice cake mix.
Ooh.
So
Spicy.
Yep, spice cake has a lot
Did it
of...
burn my mouth?
No, it's not that kind of spicy.
Ooh.
So spice cake has a lot of the same spices that you would find in pumpkin pie, and pumpkin pie spice is what is pumpkin spice, and so this works really well. It also has all the ingredients that will hold your cookies together as soon as you bake them.
A sneaky way of getting all the ingredients.
It is. It's a little sneaky. Usually we don't do pre-made things like this, but it's just a really easy recipe and it comes out really nice.
Yay!
This recipe really couldn't be simpler. To start, we're going to take our spice cake mix and we're just going to add that to the bottom of the mixing bowl. Now, you don't need to have a stand mixer in order to make this recipe. This would come together very quickly with a hand mixer, or even if you wanted to just use a spatula or a wooden spoon to mix this in a regular bowl. Next up, we're going to take our pumpkin and we're just going to add the entire can to our spice cake mix. Now, as this pumpkin is the only liquid in this recipe, you're going to want to make sure that you scrape out the whole can. You want all of it because it's going to make the cookies nice and moist. Before I start mixing this with the stand mixer, I'm going to mix it around a little bit with my spatula. I just want to make sure that I don't have powder from the cake mix flying around everywhere. And now I'm just going to mix this together. I'm going to start off on low because there is still quite a bit of powdery cake mix here, and then I can just move this up. Now that this is all mixed up, I'm going to add my chocolate chips. You can add the whole bag if you want to, or if you want to be a little bit lighter on the chocolate chips and a little bit heavier on the cookies, you can just add as much as you want. I may add the full bag. I'm going to just try with the half of the bag to start with. Oh, why not? I'm going to add the rest of the chocolate chips. Now that I have my batter all mixed up, I am going to drop this by heaping teaspoonfuls onto a cookie sheet, which I have sprayed with just a little bit of canola oil. This is a well-loved cookie sheet. You can tell I've made many, many batches of cookies on here. So I'm just going to add this. And now this will go in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 11 to 18 minutes until they are golden around the edges and fully cooked. Okay, these are fresh out of the oven. I've got them on a cooling rack. You may notice that these don't really spread out like other cookies. The pumpkin doesn't really have the viscosity that would have with eggs or oil that would spread these out. So these are really like small cakes, small pumpkin spice cakes that are just in cookie form. You want to make sure that you check the bottoms of these as you are cooking them, especially after the 11 minutes, just to make sure that the bottoms aren't burning, because it's really easy to misjudge when they're not spreading out like this. I'm just going to cool these completely, and then we will serve them and see how they taste. So what do you think, Rupert?
It's spicy, but not the type that burns my mouth.
That's right. This is not the type of spicy that burns your mouth. This is pumpkin spice.
Ooh.
Now, these cookies are a lot softer than regular chocolate chip cookies. They are much more of a cake-like texture.
So the pumpkin spice chocolate chip cake.
Yeah, they're very much like a pumpkin spice chocolate chip cake.
It's like a cupcake, but not really.
It's kind of like that. It actually, with the pumpkin in it, it actually has almost a little bit of the texture of pie inside. It's got that
It's a pie,
creaminess.
it's a cake, and a cookie.
It's a pie,
All
it's a
in
cake,
one.
and a cookie. So that's fantastic. So
That's 3 things.
That's 3 things.
3 thing recipes.
Maybe that's our next series. 3
Ooh.
things recipes. Thank you so much for joining me, Rupert.
Yay!
Are you excited for fall?
Of course.
Yeah, so...
Especially when I realize I don't have to fall down.
No, you don't have to fall down this fall, but you might want to have something like...
Can I spring in the spring?
You can spring in the spring if you
Yay!
want to. But it's not spring
It's
yet.
not spring yet.
No, it's not spring
Okay.
yet. So what can people do if they really like this series?
They can subscribe.
You can subscribe. Subscribing's really great. It lets you know when there are new series, new episodes of our series up here. What else can they do?
They can comment down below.
You can comment down below. Why don't you tell us what one of your favorite fall recipes is?
And you can link to the video and share with friends.
Sharing these videos with friends is one of the best things you can do. It really helps us out. So why don't we get, say, a cup of hot chocolate and have some pumpkin spice cookies and celebrate fall?
Pumpkin spice chocolate, hot chocolate.
Pumpkin spice hot chocolate. That sounds great.
That sounds good.
Awesome.
Yay!
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The first ingredient for our pumpkin spice cookies is, of course...
A can.
You're a smart ass. Oh,
I
man.
had a thing going there that we could try.
Okay.